I thought I'd do a quick how-to this week, and this week, how to make your own cards. Cards are so expensive in the shops, ridiculously expensive for what they are. And it's very cheap to buy blanks and make your own. I bought a whole stack of blanks, and I'll link the details below of where to get all the kit. And I have some wood printing blocks, some paint, any old paint. I actually just use leftover samples from the walls, which is really effective. I've also bought, slightly splashed out, and bought myself some really cool neon paints from Jackson's, but they haven't arrived yet. It's a really fun activity to do with the children, and you can achieve some really professional results. So you start with your card blanks. I bought scored 5x7 cards through Amazon, and I'll link below. And then you'll need to make a surface. I'm using, I think it's sort of builder's foam, but any tissue or paper underneath would be fine. The wood blocks I get from a company called the Indian Block Company. They've got a fantastic selection. There are plenty of other places you can get them from if you Google it. And I use old leftover paint samples from the house. They're cheap, they're affordable. I tend to have loads lying about. So they're quite fun to use. You can use any acrylic paint though. Level it out by dabbing it against the side of I use an old paper plate. Cover the wood block, make sure it's equally covered all over, and then you turn the wood block, position it onto the paper, and I stand up and push it down really hard. If you don't do this, it won't distribute evenly. Really think about the colours you're going to use beforehand as well, and do a bit of planning as to your design. It's really fun to make the design more elaborate. So here I'm making a fairly simple wreath design for the Christmas card, but I have to think about what I'm going to add on top of that. So I've used some letter stamps to add Happy Christmas. I was just trying to work out here which one went better. I'm just using, I think they're called archival inks. Again, I got these through Amazon and they're really fun. I'm also going to add some embellishment to the card using these Tombow art pens. These are fantastic because you can blend them. They come in hundreds of colours, but any pen will do. Sharpie, felt tip, you can use whatever you've got to hand. Again, I'll go back to my practice version and just test out the colours and things before I start actually embellishing my final card. I'm going to work out my design, have a practice go with it, figure out the colours I'm going to need to use, the size of the design, and then I'm going to do it for real on the final proof of the card. It's always fun to think how far you can push these. I decided to add some gold to the designs. I'm using liquid leaf, which is a really effective sort of molten gold liquid, and a rigger brush. A rigger brush is a very long, fine brush that takes up a lot of liquid and means you can do a very fine or quite fat stroke. So it's great for adding to these sort of designs. But you could use any sort of metallic Sharpie, or again, whatever you have to hand to enhance your prints. I hope you enjoyed this week. It's a really fun project to do, a really easy way to make beautiful gift cards or personalised Christmas cards, a project to do with the kids during the holidays. It's not expensive to set up. I'll set the links below for all the products that you'll need. The wood blocks are probably the most expensive part, but you don't need many to start with. Please post any results that you make. It'd be really fun to see what you've done with it if you do create cards yourself, and have a lovely week.